Hey, Brad Burud with Flames Unfiltered. Time for another Flames Unfiltered Shorts. We're talking deadline day. Is Monday afternoon here, and deadline just wrapped up, and a very quiet day for the league for the most part. Some guys that we thought were going to get moved didn't get moved, and a quiet day for the Calgary Flames, which was expected, and I'm okay with that. We made our moves. Thanks for everybody that checked out our live blog today at flamesunfiltered.com. And make sure you check out this week's episode of Flames Unfiltered, which will come out Wednesday night. Nate Thomas joins the show. Man, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the Flames moves. We'll talk about moves around the Pacific, line combos, and how the rest of the season is going to unfold for the Calgary Flames. Not much to talk about this morning. It was really quiet out of the hopper. The Kulak to Edmonton had Flames Twitter going a little bit as people were upset we didn't go after Kulak. And I did. I will admit I penciled him as a guy that I would have liked to target for a depth defenseman. But holy cow, you guys. It was going to be a 7th, 8th defenseman, which I feel really good with Connor Mackey, Yusuf Alamaki, and Michael Stone. I feel really, really, really comfortable there. If it gets to 10, we get a little bit shady there, but we just pray it doesn't get to that. I did see a funny tweet today. John Easthrop put out, guys, it's Brett Kulak, not Bobby Orr. Kind of sums up where Flames Twitter was this morning, and a little bit of where Edmonton's Twitter was is they were pretty happy about that one. We did come down today that Brad Richardson, who was put on waivers yesterday, did get claimed by the Vancouver Canucks. He played 27 games with Calgary, 2 goals, 2 assists. The negatives on this one is that he has that Stanley Cup presence. He is a well-respected veteran in the locker room, and you hate to lose that. The Flames were kind of forced into a difficult situation where they had to free up some cap space to try to bring in that depth defenseman, which didn't happen, but they had to free up the cap space. Somebody had to go on the waivers. Richardson was the guy up for that. Vancouver Canucks claim him. He is a pending UFA that makes $800,000. It's unfortunate to lose him and lose that leadership, but it happens. Now they tried to get that depth defenseman. That did not come to fruition. The prices were pretty high. Cap space was not in abundance in Calgary. And we didn't have a lot of picks to go out and pull a strong depth defenseman away from another team. So we weren't in an aggressive... aggressive is not the right word because we probably aggressively went after one, but we weren't in a position of control with a lot of assets to get that depth defenseman. In return, the Flames pull a last-minute move that sends Blackhawks center Ryan Carpenter to the Flames in exchange for a 2024 fifth-round pick. Another pick gone. I guess that is what it is. Ryan Carpenter is a right-handed center. He's 31 years old. Plays 59 games for the Blackhawks this year. 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points total. A hard-working center for the Blackhawks. Definitely going to be a depth guy for the Flames. Led the Blackhawks in shorthanded minutes this year, so he's a decent penalty kill guy, which is really, really critical in the playoffs, and was part of the Vegas Golden Knights Cup run just a few years ago. Not a guy you can expect a lot of points from, but what we were looking for, a depth guy. Well, the big thing in Calgary were the moves leading up to the deadline. Let's roll through those really quick. The first one, the big one, came on February 14th, Valentine's Day. We got a sweetheart of a deal that day. Tyler Toffoli joins the Flames in exchange for a first-round pick in 2022, a fifth-round pick in 2022. Tyler Pitlick and Emil Henneman a pretty decent prospect. On March 2nd, Calgary acquired Michael McNeven for future considerations from the Montreal Canadiens, and a very, very minor, way back in depth move. And then on March 16th, just last week, the Flames acquire Calle Jarnkrok from the Seattle Kraken for a second in 2022 that we received in the Sam Bennett trade from the Florida Panthers, a third round 2023, and a seventh round 2024. Those were the moves pre-deadline for the Flames that really will make an impact through the rest of the season and hopefully long into a playoff run. The roster's ready to roll. What do you guys think? Do you feel comfortable? I feel comfortable with this roster. I'm very happy with the deadline. Brad Richardson was more of a pre-deadline guy, which I think you usually serve your team better doing it that way than a last-minute deadline day moves. All in all, pretty good for the Calgary Flames. I think this roster looks pretty solid heading into the playoffs. I think we're going to definitely be a strong contender in the Western Conference. We'll see how things play out. It's going to be a fun run to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Check out this week's episode of Flames Unfiltered Wednesday night as Nate Thomas joins the show, and it's going to be a good one.